Hello there, I'm Barry Landau. I'm here today at Rainforest Flora Incorporated, one of my favorite nurseries in the world. We're going to spend some time with Paul Isley talking about different kinds of Tillandsias. Hello, Paul.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Rainforest Flora once again. And I'm really excited about today's talk because we're very proud of this retail nursery we've built here in Torrance, California. I can't wait to show you all the really cool stuff that we have in all different parts of this front area of the greenhouse. So to start with, you can see we have all these beautiful bromeliads here. These are varieses and guzmanias. We have lots of the gardens. We have the plants potted, and this forms the entrance to the greenhouse. Overhead, we have lots of Tillandsias hanging. We have rare ones and more common species, but you can see they all grow just in the air like that. And so this is the front entrance, and so now we'll move as if you came in and you started walking and did a tour of the nursery. That's what we're going to do here today. This is our retail counter where people come to ask questions, to pay for their plants. And we'll often have some special Tillandsias up here that we want to feature. This is a species called Crocotta. It has a wonderfully fragrant yellow flower that's very special. And you can imagine when this, after 3 or 4 years, grows into a large ball, the amount of fragrance that this bloom would put out, this clump would put out. And over here, this is where we have some of the plants for sale, the retail plants. You can see that they have the names and a picture and a description and the prices on them. And a lot of these in the front are hybrids that we've developed over the years. So we like these a lot. This is a little tiny species called Funkiana. This comes from Venezuela. We've been growing these for a few years. And Funkiana grows on a stem, and it can get to be 3 or 4 inches long before it flowers and offsets. When this one blooms, it has a bright orange flower. The leaves turn orange, and it's just spectacularly colorful. And in a little bit, I'm going to show you a clump in the back hanging over the pond that's about yay tall. It's been growing for over 40 years, starting from just one plant like this.
Taking at it.
Here we have another type of bromeliad. These are called mini neos. The miniature neoregelias never grow large. These are full-size plants. So if you have a smaller area you'd like to put them, if you like plants that send out long runners before they grow new plants, so they grow like satellites like this, the mini neos do that. This is a piece of cedar. It's a stump that we got over 30 years ago, and it's upside down on its head, so the trunk would be going down like this, and this is the root crown, and it doubles as a fountain. We have the plants growing all over it. They love it there. They multiply, and it's a very nice addition to the front part of the retail area. And here we have also neoregelias and some mini neos. This is Neo Yang that grows very large. You can see it's a large growing neo. And we also have some rock features with the Tillandsias growing right on the rocks like this. These are clumps of the yellow flowering Crocotta that we had up on the counter. You can see they've started to multiply and turn into nice clumps. We also have some beautiful Cycads. You'll see these around the nursery. And this is one called Pinus. And above it, another rockscape. And you can see up here on the rock a small Tillandsia. This is a volunteer. We did not plant this. As time goes by, the seeds the plants get pollinated by hummingbirds, and the seed pods develop. Eventually they open, the seeds blow around on the ambient air currents, and sometimes they catch on things, and then the plant just starts growing on its own, just as they do in nature. There are quite a few of these around the inside of the retail area, and it's very nice. So now we'll move on down to the next part. And here, just past the fountain, we have another section of the plants that are for sale. And of course, all of the Tillandsias get beautiful blooms, but they don't always flower. But this hybrid of Tillandsia albertiana that gets a bright red flower, very few Tillandsias get red flowers. Albertiana is a very nice little plant. It's crossed with Tillandsia ziphioides. It gets a very large white fragrant flower. So the hybrid of those two produces a flower that has a lot of purple color in it. Not a lot of fragrance. Unfortunately, fragrance does not transfer most of the time. I wish it did. But it's a great little plant. You can see how long the stem is on this one. It's been growing for many years. So again, these are plants that we have for sale. And then over here, in this section, we have our plants that have fragrant flowers. All of these species produce fragrant flowers. And this is a beautiful cycad, Zamia lindeni. It grows very fast, it's rare. You can see how we decorate the trees. This is a palm tree called a Rhapis palm, Rhapis humilis. And you can see the Tillandsia here with the flowers on it. This clump of Malamonte is starting to bloom. It'll get covered with beautiful blue flowers. Overhead, how's this for a clump of Tillandsia Jarate? As you can see, it's coming into bloom. It has not started to flower yet. Jarate gets very large, blue and white flowers that are very fragrant. It has the most fragrant flowers of any Tillandsia. It can bloom for several months. And as you can see, it has a rather unique shape to it. And it's the hardiest Tillandsia. This will take colder and hotter temperatures and dry out less quickly than virtually any other species. Tillandsia Jarate. And these are smaller seedlings that we have. These small seedlings, they're still 8 years old. It takes time to grow them. But these will also grow into large specimens like the ones we were just looking at. Their leaves, as the leaves die back, they curl into tight little ringlets around whatever they're growing on. So in nature, you'll get 2 or 3 leaves that'll be hanging around a tree branch like this, wrapped around the branch, and the plant will grow like that. And as it grows along the stem, it will send out new leaves, and then over time, as they die back and they curl up into these tight little ringlets, they'll be around other twigs or branches in the tree, and that's how the plant grows up through the tree. Very, very interesting. So many. This is Tillandsia ziphioides. This is the one that gets the big fragrant white flower that I just showed you before, the hybrid. And this is another hybrid with Tillandsia ziphioides. And this can serve as an example to show you the hybrid vigor that hybrids get with Tillandsias. The hybrid normally gets much larger than either parent, and it has a much larger inflorescence than either parent. This is one of the reasons we love the hybrids so much. They're just incredible plants, and of course they share the shapes of the 2 parents. So if you were to get 2 species with very different shapes, like Jarate and ziphioides, and try to imagine what the hybrid would look like. You know, it's a lot of fun to hybridize with Tillandsias. Anyway, we have quite a few here. I could spend the whole day just talking about these. Tillandsia Jarate is one of the absolute best of all the Tillandsias. It produces a very large purple inflorescence with white and lilac flowers that are very fragrant. It normally blooms only every couple of years. The good thing about that is that therefore it gets to grow for that extra year, so that after a few generations you can get individual plants that would dwarf this one. You can have plants with a trunk this big around and this tall and this round. And then they grow into clumps. I mean, it's just an incredible plant. Again, the name of this one is Tillandsia Jarate.